camera is not on. Yeah, like all the previous years, we will make a movies about all the presentations. So if you will not follow now, you can follow them later on by the computer. All of you guys, I will ask you now to be more quiet, otherwise the presentation cannot be so focused as it should be. Today, Jošt Napret from Navitar team will come up and he will do the presentation about instruments. How many of you is here on the comp for the first time? Here in Slovenia for the first time? 1, 2, 3. From Romania, huh? You are all from Romania. We have one guy from Germany, huh? Also for the first time. And Lithuanians, no, they are joking. If we do here in Slovenia 5 comps, they will be here for 5 times. Always here, yeah? Some of you are really familiar with task setting and which data you need to follow on your instrument, and some of you are new in the comps. This presentation is mainly for you. Jošt Napret, he will present you how can you put the root into your instruments, and then later on which data on your instrument is important when you are trying to reach the goal. Okay, Jošt, you can start.
Thank you, Raško. Good evening, everybody. May I ask you for some more attention, please? First of all, I would like to speak some words about the taskboard. Actually, the information which we need to copy to our devices that we can fly the task. And this is something what we usually get on after the pilot briefing on the takeoff. So what we need to be aware of is what actually, if you are on the right place at the right time, which type of the task you will fly, from the safety aspects, which turn direction is actually used for the day. Then for the safety, set the right frequency on your instrument, write report back number and mid-director number if possible. And also here we will have an altitude limit given with QNH pressure, which is now used on the most of the FIE2 and FIE1 competitions. Actually, this is new rule since April this year here. Then about the task, you need to be aware of which waypoint is real takeoff point on the ground and what is the real start in the air. I will explain more during the real PowerPoint presentation about the times and the things you need to be aware of. Then in this column we usually are written the codes of the waypoints. In this column are written the names of the waypoints. And then the goal distance that you can easily check if you put the right route inside with the right cylinders. Not optimized and optimized for the advanced instruments. Any questions at this point? Or it's more or less clear? Okay, then we can start with the other stuff. So first of all, once you would like to use your device efficient, you need to be familiar with your device and how to learn the device. As I'm working also on support in our company, usually I get a lot of funny questions. And first of all, or actually my first answer usually is that I give to the pilots link to the right manual, to the right support forum, And then when they read all this stuff, we also start to help them with the more advanced questions. And yes, it's important that you take your time at home with beer in your bed in the evening, not when your wife is beside you. And yeah, you can play with the device, put your waypoints inside, check the old tasks which have already flown in the competitions. Use user manual, it's really important, and also support forums. Most of the modern companies and also free source softwares has really good support on the forums. If you ask something, the developers usually will answer you in a really good way. And if you don't know, really, if you can't find all the information you need on these 2 points, then write and contact the manufacturer of the device. And usually the most efficient is talk to the pilots which are using the same device, which are more experienced in the competitions. So that you will not be like the guy. So usually we get this on the takeoff, and you need to enter the task in your instruments in the right way. All the instruments have a lot of different ways to put the task in, but most, I would say, the popular is like drop-down list. You go one by one and you insert all the waypoints inside as they need to be, and after that you get something like this with the start speed section, end speed section, and finish. Did I forget something here? I think not. So start cylinder type, it's actually start speed section. You need to be aware that sometimes the start speed section waypoint, it's not the same waypoint as in the start of the race. So there could be that there are 2 different waypoints. Usually the start speed section and the start in the air is the same waypoint, but sometimes it's not, and it's also written on the task board, and it could be tricky if you don't know this. Then what is the most I also noticing a lot that the pilots are missing the enter or exit type of start cylinder. It's written usually on the task board with the start waypoint. If it's exit, you need to wait inside of the start cylinder before the time, and you need to exit the cylinder. If it's enter, you need to wait it outside, and you need to enter the cylinder when its gate opens. This is really important because you can lose all the ties just because you are on the wrong side of the cylinder before the start gate time. And you need to set the right gate time. It's also written with the start waypoint on the task board. The cylinder gate interval, usually this is as long the start gate is opened. Usually it's 1 hour, I put here more than. And interval is 1 in the race to all tasks. Start speed section. It's the waypoint where your time starts counting on the task. Again, check which waypoint is this, because it's not necessary once again that this is the start point of the task. The cylinder, then the end speed section waypoint with the right cylinder, and what is most important, check from the map if possible where the end speed section waypoint is, because there your time will stop. And also the safety aspect, we have this end speed section cylinder quite big usually, that we don't push low to the wall. Take your time after the end speed section to come safe to the wall. There could be different goal types, usually cylinder. We will use cylinder here most of the days without line. Some instruments that you can set if the goal type is a cylinder or line. So again, if it's cylinder and you see that you already reached the cylinder and you can't come in the actually on the official landing, this you can land just when you touch the cylinder. If you see that you can't come safely to the goal field, just land before. Okay, once we enter the task, there is actually this is one part, and now we need to go in the air and to reduce all the information you can get out from your device. Usually there is like 80 different information which will help you to navigate or to orient during the task, but somehow from the beginning you need to select or need to reduce them to the most important ones. And I will show you now actually that you need only 3 or 4 good information that you are on good way to reach the task, to reach the goal. So now we are already in there. We are waiting for the start gate opening, and you need to be relaxed and just climb as much as possible. Watch out for the other people. If you are 1 hour before the start gate in the air, you don't need to be aggressive and so. And check once again if the cylinder is enter or exit. Check what other are doing. So if you are on the other side of the mountain, most probably there is a chance that you are on the wrong side. So it's always good to follow the group. Majority of the pilots knows probably more than only one pilot, so it's good to follow them. And you have a plan, so we always flying the rest of the task like a chess, so we always plan one move more, so it's not only the waypoint you are navigating. Maybe from the beginning you can just say, okay, I need to start and I need to reach the first terminal with the top pilots. To reach the goal, to reach the start gate in the optimum time, usually there is information time to go. Actually, when this time is 0, this is the right time to start to fly on the start cylinder, that you will be on the start gate time just in second occurrence. So now we did the start and we're already pushing speed. For example, here on the first waypoint. Use your map if you have, just that you will not get lost, and start search for the first terminal. Check where is the optimum route. It's not necessary that the optimum route is as it's shown on the instrument. Sometimes maybe it's better to fly a little bit more around because of the terrain, because of the better conditions, terminals and so. So check all the solutions. And don't forget to use the now box, so actually just the information which is showing you where exactly is the next waypoint. If the cylinder is big, there could be quite a lot of options where to go. So it's really useful that you really see on which side of the cylinder is the best way to touch the cylinder. this is something what is wrong. So, final glide. There are only two information actually you need to be aware of to reach the waypoint during the task or to reach the goal. There are a lot of information, arrival altitudes, task arrival altitudes and so, but this information all have influence of some other factors, of the wind, of the polar curve. We know that polar curve could be really different on the paper what is in reality life in the air. Sometimes manufacturer can give numbers which are like 40% different what is in reality. So the most realistic number is your true glide ratio, which is calculated somehow, usually like average glide ratio of flying in less 30 or 20 seconds. And if you compare this number with the L over there, or glide ratio, you need to have to reach the goal. You will get quite valuable number to decide when to start final glide, to push the speed that you will reach the goal actually with enough altitude. So you compare your glide ratio with the glide ratio need to come to the goal. So actually now we are in the goal and we were using like 4 information to come to the goal. Just the time to start, actually the information which give you direction to fly through the task, and your current glide ratio comparing to the task to the glide ratio you need to reach the goal. And that's all actually from my side. There is plenty of options on the world to use, but of course Audi is one of them. That's it from my side. So usually the pilots are happy. Kasper promised some gold beers, so I hope you will be all like this at the end of each task. So that was all from my side. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you have a nice flying week.
Thank you, Jošt, for a good presentation. I hope you will learn also something out of this. Jošt is a really good pilot, speedy pilot, but sometimes it's difficult for you to reach the goal. Usually. Some of you, most of you actually did the registration already. Some of you are still waiting. We will do it now. Otherwise, tomorrow morning, we will start with everything around 9. Some people are still on the way here, so we will make a registration from 8 to 9. And then at 9, we will do some short briefing here, and then we will go to the takeoff. You got all the ID cards. There on the ID cards there are 2 groups. One is group 1. Most of you got group 1, and another one they will get group 2. This means around when you are going up. Tomorrow, if we go to Kubala, group 1 will go as a first, so which means at 9:15 you will go up. We are still deciding a little bit where we should go tomorrow. Tomorrow we have some troubles with the wind. The wind will be stronger as today. So we are deciding what will be better option, Kubala or maybe Liak to save the day. Most probably we will go to Kubala, but also Liak, it might be an option for tomorrow. We will announce this decision tomorrow morning. For sure, we will not go anywhere before 9 o'clock. So at 9 o'clock, be there, and we will announce the decision what we will do for the day. Any question? Okay, so sleep well today. Don't drink too much, because tomorrow is the task. See you tomorrow.